Hello and welcome. I'd like to introduce you to my induction hob. It's a Smeg 900 and it really is very nice. Had it a few weeks now, learnt a lot about it and how to use it, and I'd like to share some of those ideas and tips with you today. First of all, the benefit of induction over ceramic is quite significant. I'm going to take this pan and I have 5 zones of heat on this unit. 2 small ones at the front, 2 larger ones at the back, and a very large one, 26 centimetres, in the centre. And I'm going to put this small pan on the large zone. I won't turn it on because there's no food in it. Now on this, if I turned it on, the 2 areas work together, so the whole 26 centimetre won't heat up. It will just be the area under the size of the pan. They work together, whereas on ceramic the whole 26 centimetres would have heated up. You would have seen the light and you'd burn your handle. And so there is an efficiency element to this design, which is good. It's very good. Now, showing you the bottom of this. This is suitable for induction. You can use it on other appliances, don't get me wrong, they're not only induction. How do we know it's induction? Easily. You can pop a magnet on it and they will stay. I actually carry this with me now in my handbag whenever I go out, in case I see a pan I like. Now on this particular pan, which I haven't had very long, the edge is quite narrow. That's significant. When you are looking for a pan, be careful. I have had this large fry pan for many years, and again it is induction. At the bottom, there's the magnet, but we have a dead zone, as I call it here. The magnet will not stick. It will not magnetise to it. It's only the bit in the middle. So this pan is classed as a 26 centimetre pan suitable for induction. The measurement has been taken from the top of the pan, which is the normal case, and not the bottom of the pan, which the induction area is actually only 16 centimetres. Be careful. The first time I tried this on the ring at the front here, wasn't very successful. I did a vegetable and rice recipe, which I've cooked many times, brought it to the boil, popped the lid on, the rice was uncooked, lid on, left it for the 30 minutes as I would normally have done, removed the lid. Now of course I haven't stirred it during that half hour because you mustn't remove the lid when cooking rice. And unfortunately the rice round the perimeter of this pan wasn't cooked. If you're able to stir your recipe during the cooking, it's not so bad, but because of that dead zone it wasn't a success. I have overcome it now. I tend to bring it to a stronger boil, give it a stir before I actually put the lid on, and it does work okay now, but be careful. Now another myth that people come up with when you mention induction is, oh, you'll have to buy new pans, you know, you can't use your old pans. Not true. Have a good look in your cupboards before you go out and buy everything. This is a very old pan. I have had many years, and on the bottom it says 1810 stainless steel. Magnet test. Whoa, yes. And it's a nice straight-sided deep pan. It's also a steaming facility, and I can use it on any of my heat zones on this induction hob. Brilliant. And it is an old piece of kitchen equipment being used on a very, very up-to-date modern appliance. So again, don't just presume what people tell you is true. No, it isn't always. We are now going to demonstrate heating some water on Smeg, because the other thing people say is when you remove a pan from an induction, it goes cold. Well, it isn't quite like that at all. So let's switch this on, press the on off. She's now going to acknowledge which zone we're on, bottom left, plus we're going to zoom it up to 9, which is full power. Whoops, if you go too far, just press the 0. I intended to only go as far as 9 for this demonstration. The P means it has gone up to the booster function, which actually would bring the pan of water to boil quicker, but the booster function only stays on for 10 minutes and it would automatically revert back to 9. So you do have that option if you want it, but I chose to remove the P and go back to 9 manually. I'd like to make it clear that I'm just showing you how to use this particular product, but I am not being paid by Smeg to do so. So the water now is just starting to boil. You can see the bubbles at the bottom, you can see the steam, I can feel the heat. And people say now if you take it off the zone, it'll go cold straight away. So let's just take this off. Still boiling in the pan, still registering 9. Pop it back on. Still registering 9. It's still bubbling. It didn't go cold straight away. It doesn't. So now I want to reduce it. On Smeg, you press the plus to acknowledge it's that zone you want. Then press the minus, go down to what you want it to go to. I've gone to number 2, and she will reduce the heat as you would with any other cooking appliance. And she'll just simmer away quite nicely there for as long as I want her to. Let's say we've decided now to switch it off, and I'm not cooking anything else. This is the on-off button. Just touch it and they've all gone off. Now again, people say, oh, it'll go cold straight away. Well, it doesn't. You can still see the steam coming out. There's still an element of heat there. And I'm quite happy very often to leave a pan in that situation while I just finish off something that I'm doing before I serve up. And she's staying warm on that zone. If I take the pan off that zone and pop my hand over it, there is still heat there. I wouldn't put my hand directly on top of that at this point of time, and I don't think it would be advisable to do either. The other thing about Smeg, or any induction hob like this, I suppose, is the ease of keeping it clean. It does say let it cool down. I've always left it to go cold. And I have never used a cleaning product on this at all, and I've had it a few weeks, as I have said. I've used a warm, damp cloth, and then I've used a microfiber cloth to dry the area off, and just go over the top of it, because you do get little finger marks on the controls, and you wouldn't know how old she was. She's just like new. I do hope you've enjoyed watching this. Please let me know in the comments below. We had to create a unit for Smeg because there wasn't a dual fuel free range here, which was needing to be replaced, and we decided to go for the induction, and we created this unit to house Smeg in it. If any of you would be interested to know how we have done that, rather than replacing the whole kitchen, which is what it would have amounted to if we hadn't been creative, please let us know in the comments below and we'll make a video about it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.